What's up, everybody? Welcome to Spell Tap Gaming Live. We're here with Ben Howard and Joe Vig. How is everybody?
Yeah, doing all right.
Doing all right today.
Dry so far.
Yep.
Spell Tap Gaming today. We're going to be talking about a little bit about Gamescom. Going to be giving a shout out to an extraordinary person out there in the esports world. And,
Blind Warrior Sven.
And a little bit of a warning. There's going to be a Microsoft rant at the end for the main topic. Is the Xbox Series
I thought that was
S...
a normal segment of the show.
I know. I feel like we talk about this a lot. Where today, this is the focus because we're just gonna talk about it because the Series S is killing me right now, killing me. And yeah, I have some things.
Yeah, you're trying to pawn it off on me this week. I said no.
I did. Didn't work. Can't even give it away these days. So yeah, you guys, how's your weekend going so far?
Chill, man.
I mean, it just started, so I mean, I just finished a gig, and it's right now. I was got some good sleep and getting ready for this epic weather phenomenon that's coming in.
Yeah, we live in California, so apparently there's going to be something called a tropical storm. It's not something you hear about every day over in LA. Filling our jugs full of water and charging our switches and nailing our windows shut with what are they? Plasterboard, sandbags, and
sandbagging our stuff,
tape.
And plastering our windows and shit. Now we'll be fine.
Yeah, we will be fine. I think it's the hills that we have to worry about more so because of the landslides and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the fires are all the
burn
fire
area
damage. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad for those burn areas. So I wish them the best of luck through Tropical Storm Hillary that's coming in.
I'm just stoked that I get a free car wash. My car is dirty.
Hey, you got to find the positives in everything.
She's
right. Not everything, but most things. Things that you can't avoid, you have to find the positives.
Like Xbox.
Yeah, can't avoid it. So just got to find the positives.
Yeah, the one good thing about Xbox is Starfield. And,
sure,
but even then, that's getting 30 FPS. That's getting shafted.
Yeah, especially if you're just playing on console. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. So, all right, Gamescom's coming up next week, August 22nd through the 27th in Cologne, Germany. Probably smells real fancy over there.
Yeah, smells like a rich.
It's European E3.
It's the Eastern European E3. I think there's going to be some Stalker 2 action over there. There's going to be maybe some like Metro over there. You guys play those Metro games?
Yeah.
No. What's that?
It's like post-apocalyptic World War II. Cold War kind of.
I got this.
First-person shooter. Okay, you got this, Ben.
I got this. Let me cook real quick. So Metro is a Russian-made game.
I'm not listening anymore.
It's about a society. So basically, a nuclear war happens, and every survivor is driven underground into the metros. And basically, it's a story about a guy who is living in the metros of a post-apocalyptic world, and sometimes he has to go up into the world, and there's like monsters and shit like that, like really volatile shit, like tons of radiation, and most of the story goes on down in the metros, and like every metro has its own little community. Like some are like neo-Nazis, some are like really militaristic guys. Some are just like families that are living down in the metro. So the metros, it's all interconnected, and there's different like territories and gangs and stuff. It's pretty cool.
What's the gameplay?
First-person shooter.
Oh, okay. I'll pass.
Yeah. It's kind of like a survival first-person shooter.
It's pretty cool.
Gross. Yes, I think the graphics are actually pretty cool.
I think Metro's ahead of its time.
I'm really excited for Armored Core 6.
Yeah. I loved Armored Core. Such a great series.
Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty. There's going to be a huge showcase for that. And I think Nintendo's going to be back after taking a break from Gamescom for a few years.
Oh.
So they're going to be
That's
showing
cool.
off some Mario stuff probably.
Yeah.
And
Super Mario Wonder and such.
Metroid Prime?
Oh,
Metroid
yeah.
Prime?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Maybe.
Hopefully that'd be sick if there was a new Prime.
And there's going to be a showcase kicking off on 11 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday. Maybe we do a live reaction. We'll see. We'll see. If you guys are available. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be working. I have a gig.
I think I'm working through it too, but I'll see. I'll check it. We'll check it.
Yeah, depending on what time I might be able to.
You know, we don't always have to do the reaction live. We can do like a reaction with the show up.
That's true.
And that'd be really cool. That would be a cool thing to do. Post our reaction to that. Become a
let's
reaction.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a time. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that for the next podcast.
For sure.
We talk about it. We just cover our reactions.
Yeah.
Xbox is supposed to have their biggest booth ever over there, which is kind of interesting because I don't know, maybe they're trying to grow the European audience. I don't know. I guess there's gonna be a lot of playable games. Starfield,
nothing
not
wrong with
playable.
big booths.
Yeah, I love those big booths.
Big booths.
Yeah. Xbox showing off Hellblade 2, Forza Motorsport. Looks like Super Mario RPG and Super Mario Bros. Wonder will probably be at the Nintendo booth.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. Real soon.
Yeah.
Coming out real soon, like.
Yeah, back to I think the point of Xbox. Xbox, I don't think needs to show Starfield. I think since Starfield's literally coming out like the week after, I think they're just leaving it up to the gamers and stuff. Although I would like to see that happen. There was one. I think the reason why Xbox is also showing up there is because E3's gone. So I think this is kind of like an E3 event for them, because Summer Games Fest wasn't an E3; it was a showcase, and most of that week was just showcases, more so than actual demos. So I think this is Xbox's opportunity to come in and say, we're gonna actually have a booth at this place. Because I mean, E3's gone.
I'm just bummed because we want that here. We had that here. I remember going to E3 and going. I thought the Xbox area at E3 at the show floor was always the best. I thought that you can play the most games there. You can meet the most devs. I feel like they had just like the coolest interactive booths in their area. So
it's another time.
It was another time. I know. All we have.
Yeah, it's really sad that E3 is gone. I'm just as. I mean, I get why it's gone, but holy crap! Like, I didn't expect it to be like so volatile in the way it ended.
Yeah,
agreed. I kind of wish there was like a 2 to 3 day video game festival. Maybe we don't play.
That's what Keighley's trying to create.
New games. Okay. I mean,
Keighley is slowly but surely, and I'm cheering on Keighley every step of the way because I think he's a great guy, and I think he's really phenomenal. And despite what critics have to say about Keighley, sometimes I think Keighley.
What do critics say?
So some people believe he's in the back pocket of a lot of people.
And because he's paid by people, so he has to say certain things. He can't just say whatever he thinks.
Right, but that's just the nature of the game. Yeah,
there are people that go off the cuff and then they don't last long.
And that's the nature of the game industry, and I think people are used to that. But I think what Keighley's overall goal is to make the game industry and game industry events more mainstream. I think that's huge. And I think that's going to eventually Summer Games Fest is going to be more than just a show. I think it's eventually going to be a showcase, like an actual go-to in person, try out the games, because he tried that last year. Believe it or not, if you got invited after Summer Games Fest to
get invited,
yeah, you had to get invited. But that's I think his first attempt of gauging. It was called Summer Days of Play or something like that. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, I think that rings a bell.
Yes.
So if, like, for example, Spelltap, like he invited Spelltap Gaming or something like that, and he invited all of us. I think he's trying out the idea of having an in-person show for people to attend. I'm not sure though, but it seems like a good idea. It seems like that's his idea.
There's enough.
Ben, give us your vision of the ultimate celebration of gaming. What would that be like?
I feel like that's really subjective based on
what
I like though.
Yeah,
that's fine. I would love to see like some of the games I'm looking forward to there, but I think a good solid celebration. Are we talking about in terms of like just celebrating games of the past and the present, or the future?
Anything.
So similar to what E3 had, I think like we should have something like that. However, I feel like ease of access is the main problem with E3. E3 for me, I feel like failed because of the fact that it wasn't very easy to access E3. Accessing and going to E3 was extremely difficult. I will tell you, I did E3 once. I'm satisfied because those lines, oh my god. It was like a 4-hour line for to play the new Call of Duty. It was ridiculous. And that usually was the showcase day. Like, do you remember how long the showcase, Ryan, they last? Like about 5 hours, something like that?
Oh yeah, exactly, dude. I remember just sitting there watching. Yeah, I mean they used it to be forever, but a lot of it I think was like ads.
Yeah, no, I'm talking more so about like the in-person event, like how long the show floor was open for.
Yeah, I mean it was all day, right? It was like I mean at E3, I think
it was like I think it was like from 10 a.m. to like 6 or something like that. But
yeah,
within that time, you were basically watching paint dry inside of those lines. Like I remember the year Mario Odyssey was the year I went. Was the Mario Odyssey year, and that line for Mario Odyssey, holy fuck, that was the longest line I've ever seen. People were sitting in there for hours. Some people didn't even get to play for waiting in that line. So
it's a shame.
Yeah, I know, but that's just the nature of it. Is that ease of access of in E3 is non-existent. Like once you go, it's not so like crazy as you thought it was going to be. That's what I think a big celebration in games has to be, is ease of access as well. Like people that are not attending the in-person event can still access some of the demos and stuff like that and partake in it. I think that'd be really, really cool. Not only is there a big show floor, but there's also, for people that are not at the event, like live streams, panels, demos for them to access online at home, because not everyone's going to go to Germany. I'm not going to Cologne, Germany to go to a Gamescom. I mean, that's way out of my realm, and plus it's on Tuesday, so there's no way I'm getting to Germany by Tuesday. So where are the demos I can play? Where are the things I can partake in for the show?
Exactly. Like what's motivating you to go and participate in that, right?
Right. I mean, of course I'd like to see the new games, but we already kind of got that with Summer Games Fest.
Okay, interesting. Joe, do you have like a vision for like the ultimate gaming festival or celebration?
Yeah. It would be in a nice location. I mean, it seems like a lot of games things are leaning towards like doing Vegas, since they have such like a big infrastructure for hotels and
Great
conventions and stuff like
choice.
that. So okay, let's
Great
just
choice.
say like it's in Vegas. It's very easy for people to get to, flying and stuff like that. So okay, we got our location. Um, I like the idea of a festival, like kind of like what you said, where it's like a kind of a mixture of everything between like getting really cool exclusive merch, panels of like people who do gaming podcasts, people who do gaming reviews, um, companies that do like gaming news, like like let's just say IGN and stuff like that, and other companies. In addition to game developers showing up with their own booths to provide like maybe sneak peeks or like a little like meet and greets with developers and stuff like that, so people can talk and do like panels. Basically a convention, but I also think like a festival aspect would be really nice too. Like they could even have like groups from like prominent games that do the music come do like live stuff. Like I was just watching the Street Fighter thing, and they had the group that did the actual music, not the lyrics and stuff like that, like the singers, but the people that do all of the score. They had them do all the live music for the show, and I'm like, that's so sick. Like in between all the little interludes,
I
like you
would
can go
pay
check
for
them out.
that.
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
for sure pay for that.
I
like
got
you
something I want to say after Joe speaks about
Okay.
what he's saying. I probably brought up an idea.
Yeah, it's like you could really mix all of the things that everybody's very into, is like as far as like music and merch and getting information, and then also like the experience of trying new games and demos and like sneak peeks and up and comings and stuff like that from the industry. I think that would be, I mean, dude, you would sell out tickets immediately. You'd have to do like several days. It'd have to be like a 3 or 4 day kind of thing for everyone to kind of get their feel. And dude, they'd make money hand over fist, and there'd be so many sponsorships that would basically be more than happy to be like, yeah, we'll support you on doing this. It's just put our little logo up on the banners and stuff like that, and do like a little thing.
The EDC of gaming.
Yeah, I'm yeah, like straight up. I'm thinking of like a music festival, but you substitute more so the heavy aspect on gaming, but there's still music there. Like I think it would be great, but the music is all pertained to all the music in the games,
Yes.
which would be sick. I would love to see like there's like a Final Fantasy Symphony like orchestra thing that you can go
Oh
check
my
out.
god, that would
'Cause
be incredible.
My buddy just went to Final Fantasy 14 con, and he was just telling me, he's like, dude, it was sick. Like we got to like watch like the orchestra for Final Fantasy 14, got to meet like devs. He got to meet like one of the developers like for the game. He gave me like this really sick like Moogle. You can't get anywhere else. It's a post Moogle.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. I'm not super big on plushies, but when he was showing me stuff that like he's like, hey, like you can only get this here. I was like, get me a fucking Moogle and I'll be so happy. He's like, okay, cool, that's fine. I get to keep the little code so I can use the I guess he gets like a skin of that in his game, where he can wear like the little post hat and like everything like that. But I was like, you keep that. I don't give a fuck. I just want the plush. That's all I gotta say. I think that would be great. I think it's totally doable. Nothing within the realm of what we haven't already kind of been doing, but just maybe on a different scale.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, Ben, what do you got?
So, did anyone tune into Pokemon Worlds?
No.
Here and there.
So, was when it took place in Yokohama, right? Yokohama, Japan.
Okay, yes, that was the one that the players got disqualified, right, for hacking the game. Yeah, okay, I did read about that.
Yeah,
but not so much of tournament per se. Maybe tournament, but
yeah, there could be a tournament aspect as well. Hell yeah, there should be a competition. That'd be great. I think what was neat,
what's really neat about Pokemon Worlds was that Yokohama, the whole city, had stuff to do. Like you can go to like the SS Anne in real life. You can go to like a cruise ship
no
and hang
way.
out. And there was like
The SS
Pokemon.
Anne?
So they did like a takeover of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. That would be another thing I'm thinking of, kind of like what F1
Right.
is doing in November. Like they're taking over like the entire like Las Vegas. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like you should be able to go
Yes.
to all the hotels and they all have like something going on.
Like a different experience or something like that.
Exactly, because
Yes.
that's the only way you're going to be able to get that many people to be able to experience everything, and just because everyone can't do everything at once. But if it's big enough and they have the infrastructure, like Las Vegas would be perfect for something like that, for like a
Oh,
takeover.
absolutely.
And the game industry is the biggest industry essentially like around. It's bigger than the entertainment industry. I mean, it is the entertainment industry, but it's bigger than the film industry. They make more money, dude. It's crazy.
Right. And I mean, I hate to bring up a grim subject, but the writers and actors strike is only making that game industry even bigger right now. Like, yeah, in somewhat, it does affect the development of games, but at the same time, there are games that could be developed without writers and actors, and I think it's only giving more credence, and especially with the fact that there's so many big games coming out this year. I think this year we'll see movies and TV shows take a back seat to the game industry.
Word.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys pretty much came up with, said everything that.
Yeah, we kind of cooked. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I mean, just hey,
to work, Jeff Keighley. Get on this.
Yeah, take
If you
notes.
guys-
Take notes.
you guys need help setting stuff up.
Yeah,
got
you guys. I'm a big picture person, so like that, I'd be happy to EP on that. But yeah, everything you guys just said, Joe, man, like Vegas definitely my first choice. Take over the city. I want video game graffiti all over the casinos, everything.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
so cool.
The huge dome. Did you see that huge dome that's in Vegas now?
Oh,
Yeah, I want that. Yes, I want that
turn
showing
that shit
video
into a
game shit.
Pokeball.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yes.
Oh.
I want multiple stages for live music from video games.
Yes.
I
All of our
want
favorites.
I want competitions. I want prizes. I want.
Dude, they could do like an Easter egg hunt where it's like a treasure hunt where you have to go to all these different things and find stuff, and then you turn stuff in to get like exclusive merch. Like there's,
Oh,
that'd
I
be
mean,
sick.
bro, like I got ideas, man. Just let us go.
Let him cook.
Let's
Let
go.
him cook.
Dude, like even like if there's like a Street Fighter tournament, but it's like open registration, so like anybody can join,
Yeah,
and
like an open. Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
and then somehow like somebody like comes out of nowhere, like just destroys everyone,
Yeah.
I don't
That'd
know.
be sick.
Or
think
like
it'd be- I think it'd be
speed run competitions. Like,
Speed run competitions.
dude,
Oh
there
man,
could be
see,
so much. Yeah.
yeah, they could show off new games, announce new games. I don't know. I just think that we're missing that, and I think that'd be a huge hit. Huge hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah, let's get to work, boys. Let's get to
That's
work.
it. Who do we got to write to? We're just gonna. I'll start looking at emails.
Mr.
Yeah, let's get
Keighley.
some. Yeah, so we got to find some funding. Okay, awesome, guys. Well, Gamescom looks like it's gonna be pretty interesting. Yeah, we'll see. It's in Germany, so
You think GTA 6 may be revealed there?
It's they're British, right? Rockstar.
No, they're Rockstar. I know they have a studio out here in Carlsbad, I think.
Okay, I thought Rockstar was British.
Are they?
Yeah, let's look that
Oh.
up real quick. We don't have to guess.
Yeah, go to
We're
Google.
gonna confirm.
Okay, Google. But maybe there's a good shot. I mean,
Oh no, it says it's an American video game publisher based in New York
Oh.
City. But I thought, let's see, where was I getting that from? Because I remember I was listening to this thing where they were talking about the humor for San Andreas, and they were saying it came from like British humor, because they were a British company. But maybe I don't know.
Maybe that's Take-Two Interactive, because I know they work together. Take-Two and Rockstar.
Yes,
Rockstar develops the game.
Take-Two Interactive announced its acquisition of the assets of dominant British video game publisher BMG.
Oh. Yeah, Take-Two, I think, is the publishing side of it.
Okay, maybe that's where I'm getting that information from.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but I think that's how it works.
Are they not owned by the Saudis?
So, I mean, isn't everybody?
Oh, what a twist!
Oh, what a twist!
But maybe GTA 6. I mean, it's only inevitable now since their release window apparently is early 2024, early 2025. It's somewhere in between there, as confirmed by Take-Two Interactive when they
God, a whole other year after 2024. That'd be wild.
Yeah. I mean, so if they're like I've said, I think in past Spell Tap Gaming stuff, they need to have started advertising yesterday for GTA 6 if they're planning to release in early 2024. Because a lot of games that are being shown, like Fable, for example, Fable is being shown. They got shown, even though it's a 2024 release, it still got shown at the Xbox stream at Summer Games Fest this year. So that's just kind of the trend of advertising for games like that.
How wild would it be if they did like absolutely zero marketing and they just gave a release date?
They could. They could.
They're that big, I guess.
They could.
I mean, people are gonna buy it no matter what, like, because they're gonna think like, well, okay, well, GTA 5 was arguably one of the best games of that decade, and
way ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's just so massive, and even actually going back and playing that game on a PS3, which is wild because it's 3 generations old. That game does not load. Like once it loads the initial thing, you can go all the way through the city, nothing buffer, everything's already there, and that's on a PS3. So it's wild how well that game was made. And so I'm thinking it's taken this long because they're just trying to top what was so incredible in that last game, right? I mean,
have you heard?
That makes sense.
Have you heard what's in the game? Like, it's pretty crazy, dude. Like, they're saying some pretty crazy shit.
What's in the new game?
Yeah.
No, I haven't done any research. Even when they did that, like the little like that guy that hacked and said that there was a GTA 6 coming out. I just been kind of trying to stay away from it until I hear some actual official news.
It's kind of crazy that like some of the it's not leaks anymore. It's some of the developers coming out for interviews and like briefly saying something about the game. Like the cop AI is going to be crazy this game.
Cop AI, Jesus, that's what was missing from the last game.
Yeah, right.
Well, the police officer
the wanted
AI,
system, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the wanted system AI is going to be really, really crazy this upcoming game. Apparently, there's going to be real world cash. You can make real world cash.
Okay, I do remember reading an article about that.
Yeah,
I
don't know how
wild.
that's gonna work.
Like, so if I go rob a bank, I can go turn that money in for real money.
God, I sure hope so.
If I go do a heist,
gonna be my job. Is this game gonna be my new job? Is it gonna be It's gonna be the next fucking Uber, Lyft, Uber Eats thing? Like, oh yeah, I just deliver food in GTA, and that's how I make my bitcoins.
Yeah, I wonder how it's gonna work.
I've been gaming for the last 10 hours, and I made $240 delivering pizzas.
Oh my god.
Damn.
That's the future. That's a Black Mirror episode right there.
GTA 6 is a Black Mirror episode.
Oh, rough.
I'm down.
Yeah. That is crazy. I mean, I think it's going to be a super ambitious game, so I hope they start showing it off soon.
They always are, yeah. That's pretty wild. I don't know. GTA games have always been something that like pushes the hardware always, and like kind of shows off what is possible in video games. So yeah, always looking forward to
super stoked.
The technology and stuff that they put in those games. Okay, well, Gamescom is coming up, and looking forward to that. But on another note, let's talk about something that's a little bit more like uplifting, a story that Joe wants to share with us that is pretty inspirational and looking forward to what he has to hear. So, Joe, if you're ready, you can take it away.
Yeah, let me get this queued up. I had it up here for a second, and then I lost it. Okay, cool. We got it back.
Yeah, sorry if my video is glitching out for some reason. It's like
Let me present.
bottlenecking.
I will.
Yeah, it's like we're
move.
we're listening to future you, and we're seeing the past at the same time. It's kind of cool, dude.
Let me
Okay,
see.
whenever you're ready, Ryan. Cool. So
Oh, Blind Warrior Sven.
yes. So if you guys haven't heard about
What the
Blind Warrior
fuck?
Sven, he lost his sight at age 6 and to cancer, and has
Wow.
found a love for fighting games since he figured out that he could start playing a Street Fighter 2 just by listening to the sound of like where the players are and the sound of the moves, because they've done so much great like sound engineering as far as like how far you are away. You can kind of tell even just from their moves, and also to like cues and stuff like sound. There's a lot more sound cues and stuff. But as the game has gotten progressed, the accessibility options have just increased dramatically, and Street Fighter 6 is by far the most accessible game you can play like around. They've got so many amazing settings in there specifically for people who are blind or can't hear or can't or even can't like use their hands quite right. I've even seen people do those. Have you guys seen those Xbox adaptive controllers?
Yeah, and a PlayStation one.
Yeah, so like people have been like using those the adaptive controllers and stuff like that for paraplegics. People use their fucking mouth and their feet, and like it's incredible, dude. Like it's
Not at the same time though.
yeah. It's just amazing that
I think
gaming has gotten so big that it's truly now for everyone, and they've really put in a lot of effort to make sure that everyone can play games, which is incredible. I love that.
I think
Love to see
Brawly
it.
Legs does the feet and mouth thing. He's what was it? What is it? He's cerebral palsy, I think.
Yeah, cerebral palsy. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's bound to I think he's missing his arms, and that's why he's called Brawly Legs. He uses his feet and he uses his mouth to play, I think not Street Fighter, but I think Dragon Ball.
Yes, yeah, Kakarot or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
And
sick, dude.
he's great, dude.
That's amazing. So right here, we'll start it.
Tell everything that's happening, like where the characters
And
are.
right now, they're kind of getting it like set up for him with
which
the
route it
accessibility
is, what
stuff.
normal they're hitting. Like the audio design is really good, and a lot of
This
fighting
is
games
epic,
are much
dude.
better at making it so that you can
I'm not gonna
tell
spoil how
everything
this set
without
goes, but
screaming.
holy
It's
crap,
really
dude.
slow when you're a commentator, because oftentimes
I watched
You
this
seen this,
live.
Sven?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Or tweeting or doing whatever, like
Yeah, it's
telling
Yeah,
about what's
he
happening.
plays. He's a Honda player,
It
so I
actually
mean, like,
is really cool.
I want to hate on him a little bit, but I just can't, because just this is incredible.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable how
I haven't
how
seen this.
crazy this is.
Homie right here is just sweating bullets, bro.
Yeah,
I
she
mean-
quit.
You're one of the only
It's
people
just-
I know who has fallen asleep before the plane.
I mean, when you got a blind guy on the main stage and they purposely put him on the main stage against you, you're gonna be like, there's something going on. There's something about to happen to me.
What his like strategy
He's about to
is and how
cook.
he can deal with not being able to see and like play the game and stuff.
You know what I'd love to
There's a lot
see?
videos,
I'd
and
love
I
to
think there's,
see
a
like their
whole
heart
stage
rates. If we
of
can
like,
attach
I'm
like
assuming
heart rate
they're
monitors to
shooting
them, so we
about
can
it,
see
really
like
strong. He played Ken
That'd be
online,
sick. Like
right?
put a little
That'd
be
iWatch on
sick.
him or something like that, you know, like have it like
Yeah.
hooked up to the screen.
like oh, this guy is
Once you
Or like when
Oh,
someone
into
gets
it.
backed up into a corner, like how like
Yeah.
their rate changes and their blood
Yeah,
pressure and
yeah,
shit like
exactly.
that. That'd be kind of interesting.
You're gonna be like, okay.
Let's kind
But
of
this set proves anything is possible.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Like no disability can keep you from accomplishing your dream.
So again,
In fact, it only made him better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So again,
true.
Blind
Yeah,
Warrior
it's
Sven
true.
is the Honda player, in case you don't know.
Still gotta respect the headbutt, and if they don't know how to deal with it, gets to jump in.
Look at that.
Full combo, though.
Yeah, in the hands.
And he looked at the what amazes me is the blocks. Like he just knows a punch is coming, boom, instantly starts to block.
What? Like, how is he dodging that?
Look, like block, like what the hell, dude? Like he can hear him doing it like the beginning of the move, and he knows exactly what move is coming from Luke, exactly what to do, if it's a low, if it's a high.
And the crowd exploded.
and there he
by the
is.
way,
He
as
just
soon
won
as
his
that
first
round
match.
won.
I always forget
Wow.
about the character
That's
damage
incredible.
being. I'm like, why is my character all boosted?
This
Once
is
again,
incredible.
Look at this combo, dude.
Oh, a little drop there. And a punish, yeah. But the one thing is, like,
And the low
battle
block,
damage
like it's
does
just
not
like
happen
so wild that he knows that
online,
that's
right? So a
coming,
lot of
dude. I
people
mean,
don't see it. It's like an
but like I
online
said,
only
like
feature.
the gaming nowadays
They
is,
do that
is
for
truly for
performance,
everybody. And
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I want him to coach
Yeah,
me.
but find
and look at
smart
this, bro.
again.
He's already burned out his
Overhead.
gauge, and he's still going out this
Still a
full.
burnout, though, and still
Nice
with the
confirm.
guard
Oh,
jump.
Damn.
Oh my god! And then he finishes him with the Spanish special,
Johnny
dude.
Cash.
The Ring of Fire, just like that.
Boom!
Easy peasy
Let's go,
confirmed.
dude.
Game 1 goes to Sven here, and really well played.
Sorry,
yeah.
bro. You should just quit. Just quit. You suck.
I mean,
Yeah, he wins that set. And
Yeah,
it's incredible to watch.
it's pretty
Dude.
amazing.
The dude that the dude that lost is like, did that just happen?
No, he was actually kind of humble. He was really humble
Yeah,
about
I
it.
know, I know.
Oh no, dude! Like he's super cool about it, and it's like, I mean, you can't be mad, bro. It's like everyone there is going to be a great player no matter what. And it's just, I don't know. It's just amazing. Like I said, modern gaming is for everybody,
It is.
Damn, there's just so
100%.
many people there. That's impressive.
bro. When they did the finals and people started chanting, it was fucking incredible to see like that amount of fandom coming from a video game, and people are so into it, and it's just like it legitimately gave me goosebumps. Like the announcers were like, bro, we've never seen this in our, like, we've been doing commentary for Street Fighter for the last 15 something years, doing competitions, and we used to be like, you know, like maybe 100 people back here, and there are thousands of people filled up into a giant freaking Las Vegas like convention center, and they are
Love to see it.
going nuts, dude. And I absolutely love to see this from video game fans.
Because people are
That's
finally getting it. Even outside of the game industry, people are getting it. They get
Yes,
it
they are.
now. Like
Yes.
they basically, the people that have kind of shut us down in the past have finally got the picture that this industry is not dying. It's not going anywhere. It's only getting bigger, and in order for them to make money, they need to partake and support it.
Yes.
And that's why now I feel like events are only going to get bigger and events are only going to get crazier. Like the stuff that we see in Japan, like Pokemon World, stuff like that, eventually it's going to happen here, where
Yes.
Los Angeles is going to become a game hub.
So there's a part in between the matches, like where like the fighters are kind of like coming up in the game, and there's like music going on, and they go, yeah, yeah. The whole entire crowd was singing along with the beginning music before the match, and then one of the times the player like kind of skipped it quickly, and you hear the entire crowd go, oh, like because they all wanted to do like the yeah, and then the dude like turned around and was like, oh, I'm so sorry, like I just in the mode right now, I just want to get to gaming.
It reminds me of like do you watch like British football, stuff like that?
Exactly.
Like the chants that the
Yeah, like if you like the classic like Liverpool like chants and stuff like that. I mean, in addition to like
Yeah.
all the other like, you know, football clubs and stuff.
Liverpool, let's go. They won today.
Liverpool.
3-1.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
But I always think of like the you'll what was it? You'll Never Walk Alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they sing that and stuff like that. Just like the amount of fandom that goes into that. It's not just like going to a soccer game or a football game or whatever. It's you know, it's like this is their lives. These are things that people like really enjoy doing, and they love, and they are very passionate about. And
Right.
it's nice to see this getting supported.
And I think that's what games are going to become, is something like that. I can't wait for the day where a whole stadium, like, and it already is kind of happening with like things like League of Legends, stuff like that. But
Right.
I can't wait to go to a stadium, hear people all chanting, like thousands of people all chanting, like it's a British football game, and watching the best of the best push the game in such a way that the devs even learn from it, because fighting games, especially like the Street Fighter fighting games, that's where the devs learn to make patches and stuff like that. Watching the pro players push the game to their absolute limit. And that's
Exactly.
what's so amazing about Evo, is that you see something new of the game that you didn't understand before.
Agreed. Yeah, the Evo has been a really, really cool experience. I actually I actually was I think I was sick at the time, and I was just flipping through on Twitch, and it just happened to be starting like right when I started watching, and I watched the entire feed, and I was so hooked, bro. Like I could not stop watching. It was amazing, and what really captivated me was seeing the fans so into it. Like people are walking around in cosplay, and they're just so fucking stoked to watch this stuff. And like, dude, like I've been stoked about gaming my entire life, so seeing other people this stoked finally, it's just like, yes, we're
Right.
here.
Yeah, and you definitely see the forward momentum. I think that sometimes video games get a bad rep because like there's like a developer that's doing like shitty things to their employees, or
Bobby Kotick.
there's
Yeah.
exactly. So there's like there's
Yeah,
there can be like scummy things going around, but like comparing it to the entertainment industry, like Hollywood, it's not even close, man.
no,
I
not nearly as
sorry.
dirty, way cleaner, and
Yeah.
it's just it still has a chance to really be like the pure goodness that we want it to be
Right.
before it gets taken over by corporate America.
Eventually, I think it kind of will. Because
I mean, like
the
everything
direction
does.
it's going.
So let's just enjoy this little beginning part, and hopefully it comes into something that we really enjoy before it goes to shit. But at least we're getting to see like something like this, because we've all been gaming our whole lives, and so seeing the gaming industry like become what it is, it's wild.
I feel like we're seeing the golden age. Like we're in between the like this is an obscure industry to this is now becoming very mainstream, and then later on in the future we're gonna have an age where it's taken over by corporations like the movie and the film industry, where it's so mainstream that it's taken over by those corporations. I feel like we're in the golden age right now, and we just don't know it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Sorry, my rabbit is like going crazy right now.
Oh,
Nice. Is that Mochi?
Yeah, Mochi's just I don't know, just hyper, I guess. So yeah, man, that was awesome. Thanks, Joe, for showing that.
Yeah,
It was
man, I
really
thought
cool
it
to
was
see.
it's definitely a really important thing in gaming news, and if
absolutely.
people haven't seen it or gotten it's up on YouTube, it's there, and it's a really cool story, and it's just very entertaining too. Even if you're not into Street Fighter, it's just like I said, it's a really cool gaming story of someone overcoming the odds and finding passion in something that he really loves doing, which is something that we're really into, which is gaming, and being able to continually do it even with a disability.
Yeah, and it's so crazy that that's one thing that video games have over anything that's just passive, like a TV show or a movie, is that you have the ability to interact with it, and you don't necessarily need the visual aspects.
Agreed.
Yeah,
and he's able to do this at a high level, which is
Yes.
sick, dude. That's so amazing.
yeah, it's incredible to go up on Evo main stage of all things too. That's an achievement and a half.
Yeah,
dude.
bro, that lineup was so stacked full of players. I've been following kind of Street Fighter for the last like couple years, and he's up there with all the big names, and it's pretty sick, dude.
Good for him.
Yeah, man.
That is
so happy
awesome.
for him.
Yeah, let him cook, man. He is cooking right now.
Yeah, happy for him, happy for gaming, happy for this all. This is just it's been a really good year for gaming.
Yeah. This is the golden year.
It's been an incredible year for gaming, and
People can finally get PlayStations and Xboxes out of the store now. There's a 1,000,001 games that you can get now. So you can build a freaking nice gaming PC for like $500 and play anything on Steam pretty much. It's pretty awesome.
And Xbox.
Speaking of,
yeah, exactly. Now it's
Getting
time.
to our next topic.
Now it's
time for Ryan's rants. And ranting about Xbox again. So okay, no confirmed release date for Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox because there's no the Series X cannot support right now the split screen co-op that the PlayStation can and Xbox Series X can. And Xbox has a policy where they won't ship a game that won't work properly on both consoles.
All right, and small little thing on that. I think it's cute that they're trying to keep people, to be like have accessibility to all of their gaming library, but to be holding back your system for one of the biggest games of the year, like arguably if Starfield was not coming out, BG3 is the biggest game of this year.
Mhm.
Like even if and if for some reason Starfield bombs, BG3 is by far the biggest game of this year.
Yeah, I still
So-
think that. I mean, I didn't coming into this year, I did not think Baldur's Gate 3 was going to have such a mainstream success as it does. And I believe that it's going to take a lot of people away from Starfield, especially if they don't have a PC or even if they have an Xbox, yeah, they'll get to play it. But
But they're not gonna really like get the full experience though. I don't know. It's
Right.
just not modern gaming is
Or-
not
yeah, I
not
mean, what I
30
mean, yeah,
FPS.
yeah. So Starfield, I think there's a lot of people are. I think it'll be a good game, but it's still very different than Baldur's Gate 3. I think the people who really don't like the turn-based system in Baldur's Gate 3, which I think a lot it's very forgivable. I think a lot of people play the game and like, all right, the combat is turn-based, but the story and the interactions and like everything that's happening around it is so good that like it's fine.
Yeah.
I think people who are not into turn-based gaming like are actually cool with this game being the way it is.
Can I also say that BG3, the success of that is also because like the amount of people that have been turned to Dungeons and Dragons at the last like 5 years, Dungeons and Dragons has become a huge, like it basically like rose like a phoenix. It was essentially dead, and it's now so prevalent, thanks to like things like Stranger Things, like bringing it into like
Oh
the
yeah,
limelight.
Stranger Things.
I think
Mhm.
Stranger Things is a huge reason why Baldur's Gate 3 is big, and it's because people know about Dungeons and Dragons, and they're like, oh, well, Baldur's Gate is Dungeons and Dragons. Like,
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 is based off of the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons, so it's just absolutely wild that, like, it's like, wow, it's like it's here now again. Like, it was kind of pushed under the rug for so long, and now it is one of the biggest franchises like around. It's crazy.
Yeah, all the media that it's kind of it's almost, and I don't want to piss anyone off, but it's kind of like the next Lord of the Rings. It's like I think a lot of the stuff is based off of the Lord of the Rings, right?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons is
so
hands down.
yeah, it just like kind of like expands on a lot of stuff, maybe. But
Everything fantasy related is based off of Lord of the Rings.
right.
Just
So
like everything
okay.
sci-fi related is based off of Dune, sorry.
Yeah, so Xbox Series S. Xbox is going to miss out on one of the biggest releases of the year because their lower end console can't support it.
That doesn't make any sense.
What a huge disappointment to everyone that bought an Xbox Series S and Series X.
Yeah, you're unfortunately missing out on one of the biggest games of the year.
PlayStation people are laughing right now. Laughing. Okay, they don't get Starfield, but guess what? Xbox doesn't get Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now that just comes and fills the void because there's gonna be so many people that are just waiting for the opportunity to play Baldur's Gate on their TV. So
Yeah.
many people. And I cannot recommend anyone buying an Xbox right now, especially if you have a PC.
Yeah, if you have a PC, there's no reason to own an Xbox whatsoever.
No.
because you can play everything you can on a PC and way better, and you can mod stuff, and there's just so many more options if you want a PC game. That's like, what is the true reason to own an Xbox? I feel like that's the real question.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Other
Because,
than like you said, like wanting to actually play on your TV, because okay, guess what? I have a gaming laptop, but I don't have a gaming monitor. So if I want to play Baldur's Gate even on one of my TVs, there's screen tearing. It's not like, because my thing isn't built for,
it's not optimized.
it's not optimized for a
Mhm.
PC monitor. But if I wanted to buy Baldur's Gate 3 for my PlayStation, that shit would look fucking great. And it won't screen tear, and it'll be optimized for that, which is going to be sick.
I'm probably gonna end up buying a copy of Baldur's Gate 3 for my PlayStation 5 just so I can play this with my girlfriend on the couch.
I completely agree. When that finally goes on sale at some point, I will for sure buy a physical copy.
Yeah, just because you get to go on an adventure with the friend that's sitting right next to you. Like, that's an experience that most console games, I feel like, should strive to do. Not everyone plays couch co-op, but the ability to do that, it should be a selling point for home entertainment consoles.
That's what I love that Nintendo has always strove to do, is that like they know that people play with people in person. And I feel like they've always made an emphasis. I mean, like, one thing, to a fault for sure, because their online is just absolute trash. But to their credit, you can play in person with anybody for any of those games, Mario Kart, all that stuff, and it's way more fun when you're playing with people in person. Like someone sitting on the couch right next to you, and you could talk to them.
Yeah, exactly. I've always thought that video games were, when Xbox Live first came out, and it was like so seamless the way you can play online with people playing, like Halo.
That changed the world.
Yeah, like it was so, dude. It was great. And I was just like, this is amazing. Gaming is bringing people together. I thought that was like one of the craziest things in my life.
Can I on that point real quick before we move, what was more fun, doing Xbox parties, like where we used to do the link cable? And remember, we'd have like 2 Xboxes, and we'd have like 2 rooms, and there'd be 4 people on each Xbox, like playing Halo, and we'd be fucking fighting each other. I feel like truly that was more fun than even playing online.
Absolutely.
When we used to fucking link up 2 Xboxes, like, and you'd have like 16 people playing like Halo. It was wild, dude. That was so much. You can hear people yelling in the other room, and like just the energy and all that shit, like talking trash. And
LAN parties were crazy.
Yeah, LAN parties. That was the word I was reaching for deep in my brain. But yeah, the LAN parties were. There's something about gaming with your friends in person.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the other day, I was just doing 4-player split screen with my friends that were just here, and we're playing the classic Halo, just playing Halo 2 maps, Halo 3 maps, and
Halo
it was just like, and we were just having a great time.
Okay,
I really miss that.
Question. Sorry, I know I keep jumping in. I get so excited.
You're good.
Where is Halo?
I'm excited.
What's going on with Halo? Why as Xbox is like, that's like their golden child? Where is Gears of War? Where is Halo?
Yeah, okay, so that's another thing, Halo
all the reasons
Infinite,
to own an Xbox.
Yeah,
where is
Halo
that?
Infinite, it they kind of, Halo Infinite, when it came out, it got some hype, and then the live service stuff really lacked. And also there was no split screen co-op. They failed at the split screen co-op in Halo Infinite, and I think that they killed it. They forgot what Halo players play. They forgot why they play Halo.
The amount of times I redid the campaign on Halo 1 and 2 playing with the homie, bro, like, and like on the hardest difficulties, just like mowing through the map with just a fucking pistol, like, man, there was nothing like that. It was so much fun.
So I'm looking at Baldur's Gate 3 here. Sorry, the resolution is like really bad, so I'm gonna take it off. Larian did this. What an achievement! You can play 4-player co-op in this world where you can make decisions and change things, and there's so much that you can do. You're telling me Microsoft, with all their resources, couldn't make a split screen 4-player co-op Halo campaign at launch?
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Especially in this day and age.
Yeah, man.
Unacceptable. Like,
They have enough resources to toss a whole team to literally just work on just that.
I don't know if Bill Spencer.
Here's your we're gonna have a co-op team and they're gonna work on getting that all integrated into the game. Cool. You guys go at that.
You're telling me they delayed Halo Infinite a whole year, and that's what we ended up with?
So they delayed it a whole year and it's missing features.
A game that's still not finished.
Yeah, so where is Halo? Where are all the reasons that you would buy an Xbox years ago?
Where's Gears of War, dude? Unreal Engine. It's got to be looking great, right? I feel like the next Gears of War is going to be fun.
I think with Game Pass too, with Game Pass also being on PC, they're also shooting themselves in the foot for people to buy Xboxes. Like, why would you buy an Xbox when you could get a $500, $600 PC, call it a day, never have to buy a console again, especially if you're an Xbox fan, and play Game Pass?
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why? And you can do other things with that PC.
You can do so much more with it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
continue to upgrade it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just a never-ending pit of money that you could just toss stuff in.
Microsoft, I think at this point needs to, I mean, I would hate to say this, and I think some of the console fans out there would be like, no, absolutely not. But hear me out. Let me cook for a second. I think Microsoft needs to stop making consoles.
I mean, I feel like they're already kind of setting themselves up to do that, right?
Yeah, I think their time is up. I think they should continue to publish games and continue to support and back games, but their time is up. Gamer Pass, they've proven to themselves that they are even shooting themselves in their foot. They're basically saying, we're not only going to allow Game Pass on Xbox, which is a reason why you should buy Xbox, but we're going to allow it on PC too. So here you are. They're now backing both of these things, and obviously the PC is the better one. So what does this mean for Xbox gamers?
Mm-hmm.
And especially with the fact that Xbox Series S is lacking in so many departments, what's the point? What's the point?
What's the point?
That's the
you're trying to bring people into the Xbox ecosystem just to disappoint them.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna have PC Game Pass, if you're gonna have Game Pass on the consoles and everything that you can play on Game Pass can be played on PC, the consoles need to be at least play the game. Like, okay, maybe you only get 30 frames per second on console, fine, but at least you can play it. At least Starfield has that. You know, you can play it on your TV, only 30 frames, fine. That's the trade-off. You play it on PC, you get, however many frames you can get on a PC, more than 60 probably.
If that thing is running at 30 and it still has glitches and it still has issues like where you're crashing and stuff like that, then that game it's not going to do well on console at least.
I can't wait to see how Starfield is running on Series S. I can't wait to see that disaster. Like,
I mean, do you remember the early days of like Cyberpunk? Like on like bro, like before, like if like people that were playing it like on like like a PS4 or like a Series X, a Series S or anything like that, I'm like, bro, like life was rough for them.
And what's sad too is that console gamers are not going to get that fix from the modding community as fast as the PC would, because PC. Remember Hogwarts Legacy, when Hogwarts Legacy was having frame rate issues? Hogwarts Legacy, the Nexus modding community came out and said, we'll fix the issues, because I know what's wrong with Unreal Engine and why it's like chugging like this. Like an actual Unreal dev came out and said, I'm gonna make a mod for Hogwarts Legacy so you can play it at the right stable FPS. And then that was the first mod that ever came out for Hogwarts Legacy, and it's still the most downloaded mod today. And it's almost required to play Hogwarts Legacy. Maybe that's the same thing with Starfield, is that we're gonna get that for PC, and then Xbox, well, you're gonna have to wait for Bethesda to patch it.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be
hopefully-
a minute, bro, because it isn't.
Yeah.
They don't do that right away.
Do you think that Starfield's gonna launch with a mod? Because I know that Skyrim has like a also Fallout has like a thing that you can like a menu in the game where you can like install user or community made mods.
I mean, it's tricky to say. Don't think so right off the bat. I think, of course, PC's going to have modding and mod support right off the bat, because that's just kind of the nature of Bethesda games and PC games, is that they've always had that. But for Xbox Series X, I think they got bigger fish to fry.
They need
Then
to get fucking Baldur's Gate to work on it.
Yep.
Baldur's Gate, and I think Xbox also needs to, make sure that their game is optimized, because obviously, if they gotta downgrade the game to 30 FPS for you to play it on their console, that's a problem. That's a glaring issue right there. That should be a red flag for anybody who's about to play Starfield on Xbox Series X. It's shocking.
So I've heard that Microsoft has sent engineers to Larian to try to figure out how they can get their game on their platform. But I don't know. We'll see. I think maybe
You know what
we
Larian's
see...
gonna tell them? They're gonna be like, bro, you need to just not go down this route and just
Yeah.
lay it down on your new console and forget the past.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no one is gonna be buying. No one who has that Xbox is gonna be sad that they can't play that. They have other issues, like the fact that they don't have a new Xbox or a PC.
Well, if all you have is an Xbox Series S, you probably don't play very many video games.
That's what I'm saying. That's one thing. Like, why cater to that audience?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasted resources.
Yeah, I think most of the Xbox Series X gamers are moving over to PC as well, because they're seeing the advertisements, they're seeing the marketing for some of these games that are also available on Games Pass. So like they're like, hey, no harm, no foul. If I sell my Xbox Series S and go over to PC, I still got all my games.
Right.
That's true. That is the cool thing that I've definitely taken advantage of, is playing a game on my Xbox on my TV, and then when my girlfriend comes home, wants to watch a TV show, just move to my PC, and all my save data is there, and it's seamless. It's great.
That's cool. I do like.
I wish that applied to like almost like any game, but it's only games on Game Pass, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And do those rotate out once you have a game
not the
Does it stay
Microsoft
or no?
games. The first party games will stay on Game Pass. They don't get rotated out, but the third party games get rotated out.
But once you've added it to your collection, you always have it as long as you have a subscription to Game Pass. Is it kind of like PlayStation? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like for me, like when Yakuza Like a Dragon was a free game, I added that to my collection. And now that it's not a free game, it's still in my collection. I can always download it at any time as long as I have my subscription to PlayStation Plus.
One thing I will say is that I really hope that Microsoft really works on their cloud gaming, because you know what, that could be something that to mitigate it. Maybe on the Series S you just cloud stream Baldur's Gate, and maybe that'll work.
If you stop the bleeding, I don't know.
If you have it like plugged in, if you have your like Series S plugged into an Ethernet cable, like hardwired to the internet, and you're streaming like games like that way, maybe that could help. That would,
What happens when Hurricane Hillary hits and you can't?
Well, then you got bigger problems then.
I feel like cloud gaming though is a little bit of a very interesting tightrope for companies to walk. Nintendo does it, and some people don't like it. I feel like there's a
Nintendo
cloud streaming.
does do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, just agreeing with you that I've seen games like Nier. I think Nier. Oh,
Yeah,
before,
Nier Automata.
Before there was the actual. What game was I thinking about? But there were some games that were like only streaming on Nintendo.
But I think it says a lot about a console when you have to have your game streamed. Like Xbox Series S is supposed to be marketed as a very powerful gaming console, but yet you have a game that streams to the cloud? That's a little sketchy, don't you think?
Yeah.
That's a little
Agreed.
weird on your console.
I mean, I know that some Samsung TVs, you just need to hook up a controller to it, and you can just cloud stream games straight from your TV. You don't even need an Xbox.
Yeah.
But that's normal for things like that. But at Xbox Series X, that should be so powerful as they marketed it to be, should be able to play those games straight through without a cloud streaming service. So the moment they do that, I know Xbox has failed.
Yeah, because I mean, technically, I was just doing research, and that is supposed to be the most powerful console on paper. Like PlayStation has a couple like ups and stuff like that on like certain things, but actually on paper, Series X is the most powerful console.
Yeah, the
around.
Series X can handle it. It's the Series S, and then the fact that they're not going to ship anything that doesn't play on both consoles is,
That's so dumb, dude.
so stupid. It's so stupid, and it's like Microsoft they need to get Baldur's Gate 3 on their console by the holidays, dude. That's the deadline. That's it.
They should figure that out by like Christmas.
Because
for sure.
because people are just gonna buy PlayStations. They're missing out on so much. There's like really like other than Starfield, what else is there on Xbox?
Yeah, I mean, you can play Baldur's Gate 3, you can play Final Fantasy 16, you can play literally the biggest games of the year.
All the games that people are talking about, save for Starfield.
6, all this stuff. I mean, I guess you could play Street Fighter 6 on Xbox as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Starfield is one game. PlayStation has a library of hits already.
And some bangers coming out too with Spider-Man and all that stuff.
Yeah. So for the 2 years in a row, Xbox is going to get outsold, like by a pretty large margin.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I think they sell more Switches than they sell Xboxes.
That'd be shocking.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. I bet they do. I bet they sell more OLEDs than they sell Xboxes.
I would like to see the statistics on that too. Also, speaking of Nintendo too, the new console that's coming out, that's gonna be like, I mean, I think they'll show that off at Gamescom, kind of bringing this full circle here. They'll show it at Gamescom, and that will be another nail in the coffin, I think, for Xbox Series S. It's not gonna get any better.
The only downside I see is that there's been rumors, because who's the company that's supposed to be doing the new screens for them?
Is it Pioneer?
I was looking it
Philips?
up. Yeah, Philips. Yes, Philips is supposed to be having a contract to be developing new screens, but they're not going to be OLEDs. And I think we already had discussed this.
Yeah.
I'm like, how could you release an OLED version of this when you already know the colors and everything are so good, and then you're going to have an LCD screen on the next one?
That is a very weird decision.
Why? Like, I mean, I understand it probably has to do with like battery life and stuff like that, but man, you should have hammered that. Even if it required a little bit more time, hammer that out so you could get the biggest looking screen for your next new console.
Do you have a Steam Deck, Ben?
No, I don't have a Steam Deck.
Do you know anyone who does? Joe, do you know anyone who does?
Yeah, my homie actually literally just offered me the I guess whatever the best one is that has the most storage. He said like 500. He's like, I'll sell it to you for $500.
How many? Like, what's this? How's the screen on those? I don't know.
He said it looks awesome. He said the only thing that sucks
not
is the
OLED,
battery
though.
life.
It's not OLED though.
I don't know if it's OLED or not, but you're
I don't
probably
think.
right.
I think maybe the Switch might have the only OLED screen for a portable gaming device. I don't know.
Does it?
Anyway,
Valve says a Steam Deck OLED isn't in the cards. So it must have something to do with like battery life or something. I don't know why people are streaming away from that, because the PlayStation Vita, the second version of that, also had an OLED screen, and it's like,
Did it?
dude, they look so good, man. Even still, like I was watching someone play like a Vita recently, and I was like, dude, that looks amazing. Like that looks just as good as that looks better than my actual Switch. And that came out 2 years after. Crazy.
Dang.
Cool guys. Well, I'm done ranting about Xbox for now. Hoping that they figure that shit out, because it is a bummer. I want more people to play Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. I think that should have been a multi-platform. Like it's absolutely wild that it's not on Xbox. It should have been Xbox, PlayStation, and obviously Sony can't handle that. That's just
all Phil Spencer cares about is if he can play Destiny 2. That's all he cares about.
Dang, man.
Anyway, thanks for watching Spell Tap Gaming Live. Remember to please like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot.
Yes,
if
with
you
that
have
algorithm.
not done so already, click that notification bell to stay up to date on all things Spell Tap Gaming. Definitely gonna have some more live streams coming up. Gonna play some more Baldur's Gate. Gonna play some more Starfield when it comes out, probably. And I don't know, some other surprises. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Hopefully, we'll still be here when this tropical storm is through.
Don't get blown away, guys.
Pray for us. We're hoping everyone stays safe as well. So, yeah, take it easy.